Hello Weird Nation, and welcome back to another speed build here on the Feed the Weird channel for The Sims 4. So today we are building in a unfamiliar territory. I don't remember the last time I've actually built something in Oasis Springs. I'm trying to think why I decided on building Oasis Springs. Oh yeah, because I did do the starter last Sunday. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, I'll put a card here so you can go check that out. But I built a starter in Oasis Springs, and I just realized I don't really build in Oasis Springs. It's not something that I do. So I wanted to kind of take myself out of my little comfort shell and build something in Oasis Springs. And I think the reason why I haven't built anything in Oasis Springs is I don't really like the desert terrain. I mean, there are places in Oasis Springs that has grassy areas, but for the most part it's mostly desert. So when I think desert, it's just like, I don't think of greenery when I see desert, like this random patch of greenery in front of it. It's like, oh, is that really supposed to be there? And I kind of naturally get confused on to what to put in Oasis Springs. But today we are actually gonna try it out. I don't know why I lost my breath. I think I got too excited about this build because I was just previewing the screenshots before actually doing my voiceover for this video, and I was just like, this is amazing. I love it. Not to toot my own horn, but I just love it. So the inspiration behind this house actually comes from Arc Daily. I can't remember exactly where this house is located in real life. I feel like it's like Arizona or something, but it's called Coastal Ridge, and it's this beautiful modern place. Oh god, I almost dropped my phone. It's like this beautiful modern place in the middle of nowhere, and it's gorgeous, and it's somewhere I would love to kind of like stay, maybe not live per se, because I'm not a huge modern person as far as dwellings, but it would be a really cool place to have like a vacation home, because there's all these different little bedrooms and separate living quarters, which I just think is amazing. So I really wanted to recreate it in The Sims for you guys because it's an awesome build. So they also had fencing like the new structures that we got in City Living, so I wanted to utilize those a lot. So if you don't have City Living, you can just put in average, kind of medium height. Hopefully you can't hear that in the background. Somebody's on their bike in my alley. Ignore that. But if you do not have City... Really? Can y'all shut up? God, what is going on? I think it's like a biker group. I don't know if you guys are able to hear that, but it's like distracting me right now. But anyways, if you don't have City Living, you can definitely just use a medium height fence and it'll work exact same way. But I realized I haven't really utilized this. I wanted to not only be true to the build that's existing in real life, but also use some new furniture that I haven't really used before. So that's why you see all of these beautiful little structures, everyone. They're kind of, I'm going to use them as fencing. But yeah, because this is a desert, I won't be doing too much greenery. I was thinking maybe just some potted plants everywhere, kind of just to give that feeling of, not naturalist, but like, I don't know, nice landscaping going on here. But yeah, I think we've already finished the exterior of the build, so now we're going to go inside. And another reason why I love this build in real life, somewhere I would love to like stay, is because, and you'll see it in a minute, like the kitchen is really cool because it's not a complete enclosed space. It's like a half wall in itself, and I thought that was really cool. And I don't know, the features in this house is really awesome to me. But I will be like starting and stopping sometimes because some of this house is on a diagonal, so I had to kind of think in my mind like, how is this gonna look on diagonal ways. So I will be stopping and starting, and also I was doing other things. I was answering emails, you know, trying to get my wedding business going. But yeah, we're just gonna work on the kitchen, and admittedly the kitchen does look small, but when your Sims is actually in it, it's pretty big, it's pretty spacious, so don't let the size kind of scare you away from the build. But let's see what's been going on in my life. Oh yeah, so last time in my builds I was talking extensively about the new pack that we're getting. So it's officially been announced that we will be getting the vampire pack on next week. I think probably like, what is it? I think it's next Wednesday. So either Wednesday or Tuesday, I can't remember. Is it the 19th? I think it's the 19th. But no, I guess I have to search for it. I'm not sure. I think it's next Tuesday, so it might be like, what is that, 16th? It might be the 17th, or it might not be. I don't remember, but I know it falls on a Tuesday. So they officially announced that for the vampires pack. So I was kind of interested to see what they did previously for packs, and based on like The Sims 3, because I've never played The Sims outside of Sims Free Play before The Sims 4 actually came out. So apparently in The Sims 3 you guys got a supernatural pack, so within that pack you kind of got a variety of supernatural beings, not just vampires. You got like wolves, werewolves, and you got fairies and zombies. Like, you got a lot of stuff. But I know a lot of people are complaining because in that stuff you got a lot of stuff with, I guess that probably would have counted as an expansion pack, because there's a lot of people to add with a stuff pack. And then now we just get vampires and a block. I'm really interested to see if it's like a place like Magnolia Pomade, or is it like a whole random world where your Sims can go that's completely dedicated to vampires. I'm also interested to see like if your Sim travels to this predetermined spot where the vampires are gonna go, is the biting and or turning of your Sims, is it voluntary, or is it like, can you use repellent? Like all those things, it's like all these things are in my head right now. Like, what if my Sim goes there and they get bit and I really didn't want them to become a vampire, and things like that. Is it reversal? Like that's the things that I'm thinking, and I don't know. It's like I think I'm more excited about building a vampire house, because that's kind of what I do, is build in The Sims 4, not so much gameplay, but at the same time it's vampires, so why wouldn't you want to go into the game to see what it's about? So I have questions. I have lots of questions. And apparently it's not going to really get satisfied till next week, but I just got questions about how all of this stuff is actually going to happen, because I don't know. Like vampires, I'm just wondering if it's going to be like aliens, because we have aliens in the game, but whenever I go into gameplay I don't really see any aliens anymore. Like, it'll be a sprinkling of it maybe once out of a Sim week, but other than that it's not really, I don't know, it's not a really big of a deal in The Sims 4 to have an alien, unless you have an alien household. That's the only time where I can see it, like people interacting. So I'm wondering, in gameplay, is vampires just gonna be a thing and everybody's gonna be a vampire or something? Like, I don't know. Wouldn't that be cool if you had like a friend and the next time you see your friend in the Sims world they're a vampire and things like that? I just have questions. I don't know, but that stuff pack's coming out, so it'll be interesting to have some new variety. Hopefully they have some cool new build mode items. I did look at the trailer. It seems like we're getting a lot of gothic Victorian stuff, which is like my favorite things, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm half excited, half not. We'll see. But yeah, we officially finished the kitchen, we finished the living room, and now we're finishing off we finished the kitchen and the dining room. So now we're finishing off the living room and going into the bedroom, which all the bedrooms in here, I think it's 3, in total are pretty spacious, and they all have their own bathroom situation. There is a half bath, which is just a toilet and a sink next to the kitchen, so if you have guests over, they can go over there. Because I tend, when I'm in gameplay, I always lock the doors as far as my Sims private quarters. I don't know why I do that. I think I'm a more realistic simmer, not anything unrealistic. So I'm just, whenever I play the Sims, I always think about, okay, what would I do in my house? And that's usually what I do. But I think, where are we? Yeah, we are literally almost done in the living room. I think I'm just coloring everything because I was tired of seeing those and what do you call it? It's just like the bare wallpaper, so I was tired of seeing it. I do use a lot of neutral colors in this household. Surprise, surprise with that one. Because that's kind of like my favorite color palette. I think the most colorful I get is the rug that's in the living room, and that's not even those are all neutral colors in my opinion. As far as packs used in this, obviously city living is very heavily used. I think one of the things is I think one of the coffee table structures are from, I think it's the Vintage Glamour pack. I do use some things from Get to Work. What else do I use? What else? I think I use some Get Together stuff. I think I just use the wide variety of packs, so I'm sorry it's not pack specific this time. So it would be good for you to have most of the packs for this house. But even if you don't, I think only a few items actually get deleted. I think those coffee tables, not the coffee tables, what are those? Like the TV tables, I believe they are from Spa Day. Yeah, I use a lot. I use a lot of different packs in here, so hopefully you have most of the packs for everything. But yeah, we are still putting in, it was getting dark, so that's why I started putting windows everywhere, and I wanted to be able to see how it looked at night and also during the day, because it was a little dark in here and I was getting a little scared before the windows got popped in. So I think it's enough light in here now, so when during the day you don't have to really have as many kind of lights on. I don't know. I think I'm just all over the place with my speech today. I don't know. I'm in a hyper mood, which is very rare for me, so it's kind of hard to stay on one topic and talk about one topic because my mind is just everywhere. But here is the diagonal part of this build. I was kind of, I don't know, I feel like I should have put this build on a 50 by 50 lot, but I tend to try to stay away from those lot types only because they're so massive and I end up with all of this dead space, and I really hate builds that don't use the entirety of the lot. So I always try to put it on a lot close enough that I can fit everything on it, but maybe take out a few things just so I won't have to use any negative space, because then I'll have to landscape, and I'm not the best at landscaping, unfortunately. I'm just not. So but this is the little office area right before you, I would say that's the master bedroom over there. It gets its own little private quarters. But I think I change out something over here. I think I make it, maybe instead of making it diagonal, I cut off where the bookshelf is and just make it one kind of where that lays, I believe so. And I also believe I changed out the flooring because everything was kind of looking a little washed out. So we'll see about that. I think I do. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call, but now I'm back. But anyways, I was talking about diagonal rooms. So this room was kind of tricky. And the reason why it was a little bit more tricky because, like I said, the lot may have been a little bit too small for this build, so I couldn't extend the bedroom out as much as I wanted it to, so I had to kind of fit everything in here, and that's when there we go, that's when it got kind of took off the diagonal and became like a square. But I feel like it worked out in the end because I got to fit in the bed, not the bedroom, I got to fit in the bathroom, so it worked out pretty well, and the little shower fit very good right there. And the only thing I don't like about this bathroom is that the toilet is in the awkward area. I always tend to hide away my toilets. I don't know, maybe that's a personal preference. I think those, when you go into the bathroom, you want kind of like a little air of privacy, but now that the toilet's kind of like on its own special display, it was not my preferred choice, but I thought the shower looked a little bit better in the back, so that's why it stayed over there. I also don't use that much artwork in here. I use a lot of plants because they are in the desert, and I feel like whenever you're in like a dry area, to see a plant is always nice, so I thought I would pop those things in there. And also I had to I wanted to change out the rug because it just wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't modern enough for me, so I changed that as well. Now we're working on the third bedroom, and the unique thing about this third bedroom is that the shower is actually outside, which I thought was a cool feature, and I really wanted to add to this build. It's not in the original build of the Costa Ridge, but I really like that. I like that the shower was outside. What would be really cool is if we got what is it called, if we just got the nozzle showers, so nothing, I'm trying to say, how can I describe it? So it's just a shower head attached to the wall. I'm really waiting for that in The Sims 4, but I doubt that they're gonna do it because the interaction of your Sims getting into the shower, they kind of do like the pull away of the, well, sometimes the shower curtain, but also the shower door, so they would have to change the animation that goes along with the shower that only has the shower head and the nozzles attached to wall. But it would be so much, it would be really cool to have that, because I don't know, most of the showers that we use, or showers that are used on the coast, kind of only have the nozzle or like the rain head showers, so that would be something cool to add to the game to give it a new feature. But here we are changing the flooring. I did go through quite a bit flooring, but I decided to just go with this light oak texture flooring because it gave it some life. With the cement block walls, it was kind of a little dead and sterile with the white floors, so I think it added some warmth that was otherwise missing from it. So we are working on my favorite part of the build actually, and that is the backyard, and you'll see in a minute why this is so awesome. Like, this is the reason why I actually wanted to build the house, because the backyard was so amazing. It has this kind of like diagonal pool, and it has a jacuzzi, and it has all of these nice little lounge furnishings, a nice little what is it called, a nice little grill thing, so it's pretty awesome. And yes, everybody can fit into the jacuzzi, even though there is kind of like a wall up. People just can only get in and out from one way, so don't worry, your Sims can actually use it. I think that is from, yeah, that's from City Living. Originally I was only going to do the 4-seater, but I wanted to do a 6-seater. So that is definitely from, wait, that is not from the patio set. I think that's Backyard Dreams. No, Backyard Dreams was the name of the pack. I think Backyard Dreams was the name of my build. But I can't remember. The Backyard Pack, that's what that is from. And I really like the kind of the translucent appeal of it, so at night you can kind of look up at the sky through it, which is kind of cool. And that got exciting. So now I'm just adding layers to the roof because I wanted to have what do you call it, I wanted the the exterior trim on it. I couldn't get it in every place though, which was a little annoying because I didn't feel like adding everything to it, because it kind of took it away after a while. So in some places it has it, in some places it doesn't. And I really like this detail of the walkway. It does look a little weird when they're actually walking on the stone, because they like go up and down. You can't really see their feet moving, but I think it's a cool architectural detail. Oh, that is when I almost thought I lost my build, because I found the shortcut. I think it was like F1 or 2 that takes you to the map world, which some people were like, duh, but I didn't know that. So I really thought I was literally about to have a hernia, because it's like, oh my god, I built this whole thing and I'm losing it. But alas, I didn't. Thank god, because I was not building this over again. I did want to add a little bit more greenery, so I added in select spots, just to, I don't know, just to spice it up a little bit, give it a little bit more interest. And then some things that you won't see in the build that I went back and added, especially with the screenshots. I always notice things that I'm missing when I start taking screenshots of the house. I had to add I didn't add a bin, an outdoor trash can, so I added that. I also added the bin to the kitchen, because I had forgot that as well. So those are the things you won't see on camera. And also I added another feature to the roof, just to make it look even more cool when the sun beams down on this house, which was a feature on the original house, but I completely forgot to do on the build. So those are the 2 or 3 things that aren't included on the speed build that are going to be included on the screenshots. But I think now I'm just adding cosmetic things, lighting purposes, because you know me, I love my outdoor lighting, especially at night, so to make sure it's perfect. And I do believe I changed out that light, now that I think about it. I feel like I changed something. And for some reason, your Sims won't use the ladders. Maybe it's in the way of the jacuzzi, I don't know. But they just literally jump in and also just push themselves out of the water. They do not use the ladders for some reason. Yes, I knew I changed that light. So I put that in there, which is from City Living. I hadn't had a chance to use it before, so I was really excited about that. And then the last detail of this house is what I'm doing now. And basically I'm just putting small half walls all around the structure. And originally I wanted a roof on top of it, but then I remember you can't put a roof on top of half walls, because I wanted kind of like the skyline dipping into... Oh, sorry about that. I had to take another phone call. But like I was saying, I couldn't do the skyline because the roof system, you couldn't put it on half walls. So unfortunately I could not do that. So instead of doing the roof, I just colored the roof a different texture on either side, just to give it a little bit more dimension and make it a little bit more interesting for my screenshots. But anyways, we are coming to the last of this build. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and comment on any ideas that you would like for me to do. And as always, make sure you subscribe to this channel to keep up with all of the new builds that I have done. Alrighty guys, until next time, keep feeding your weird. See ya!